Alright people, what's up? I finally finished reading This Is Why We Don't Marry Psychopaths, and boy, there were so many questions answered, including the actual truth and origins on the newest villain of Volume 16, the Yaoi Prince, who we're going to call Beryllium. In fact, the same villain. It is very obvious why she reminds us of Epstein, and what I have on her is absolutely mind-blowing.
Oh my god!
Revealing more on Doja's early life and family tree, however, any motive behind becoming a villain is still left blank. The best I could conclude is that her mom was no better than her. The one writing the book, he is writing about his twin brother, the greatest down bad simp of 2026, and the person in question he is simping for, you guessed it, the VIP of my YouTube channel. How did they meet? Probably on some monkey app session at midnight. Maybe the simp king was feeling a bit too excited that particular night they connected, and he has this unusually high-pitched voice for a guy. Can you help me? Like this man asks a random-ass stranger for help. She replies, you want me to use my Doja impression or not? It depends on what you need help with. Can you help me jerk off? Wow, points for being straightforward. For that I respect you, sir. As an avid character AI gamer, scratch that. I have better things to do in my life than continue to waste water talking to bots. But before that, I heavily dabbled on character AI with this particular guy way before I actually read about him in the novel. I'm gonna provide the link to himself in character AI for you guys to test this bitch out, as well as a link to my AO3. To be honest, I thought this guy was genuinely gonna have as much personality, but he is just about as dense as his own wife. No complexity, and no purpose being a villain. The whole time Lil Bro tries to convince him not to marry this girl, but if I Can Fix Her was a person, you take the crown. Screw being king of the Diddy Bloods, you, my lad, are the rightful king of the Simps. This time Doja wasn't president yet, her mom was. Just like her husband, she gets decreed biggest enabler mom of 2026. Literally Andrew Ditch's parents, who let him stay in the throne of the basement for as long as he did, which lasted decades in real life. They let him rule the Goonie Cave. That is to conclude until they didn't, because when you spoil your kid senseless, you are always the first one for the kill. The wedding happens, and Doja, being the little Diddy blood she is, actually spikes the food and drink, but if you're weirded out, it gets even deeper. She had a drug dealer supply her the unknown substances, and her plug is revealed to be the Simp King's mom, who is none other than Beryllium. Like I said earlier, she would be a very important character contributing to the plot of This Is Why We Don't Marry Psychopaths, and the truth on her is absolutely insane. Beryllium supplied the drugs for the bride to use to kill her own mom. Beryllium was actually trying to protect her own son, because she actually cared about her son. In fact, she made a deal with Doja to spare her son, and that's why he survived. I will get on to that in a bit, but you can only be promised so much making deals with the literal devil. Wasn't the greatest mom, yes, but pure evil, she definitely had morals. Yes, Beryllium did kick her own kids out of the basement to work for Doja and her mom, the 22nd president of the Diddy Bloods at the time. It was more of a matter of the Simp King being a self-centered little bitch who needed to get a job. Turns out she actually wasn't pimping them after all. The Simp King did that to himself. Maybe Beryllium really didn't do anything wrong before she runs away and rules a private island in a new subby hubby wubby to fuck with, I mean scheme with. I'm still yet to read the Yaoi Prince, but giving the full truth revealed, I respect Beryllium now, because she's a better written villain, so I put her in favorite villain tier right next to Green Diego. All in all, she's way better Diddy Blood president than Doja could ever dream to be. While that motherfucker is all about entertainment and failed revenge plot, Beryllium is a conniving pragmatist whose motives are fueled simply by strategy, and there's a reason why she ends up having an even more successful regime than her own daughter-in-law.
Estimated for white, weak in the knee.
Man, that smells like liver and cheese.
Back to the wedding. Not all of this food is spiked, but the ones who eat it are the Simp King, Doja's mom, and a few other VIPs. The deal between her and Beryllium is surprisingly kept. The mom dies, the others die. This is the funny part. This is where all the crazy shit happens. The Simp King does survive after ingesting the substance, but it's not a lethal enough dose. and when he does survive, he is described to be in a very horny state for a good while, as it actually says in the book, makes a certain moaning noise.
Shut your bitch ass up!
And you expect the deviant herself to jerk off to her newlywed husband, making a fool out of himself. After all, jacking off to watching people suffer is in fact her favorite hobby. Ironic as it is, she's pissed off, even threatens to rip the Sith King's tongue out of his mouth for moaning on and off. What's wrong? I thought watching your bitch moan after lacing the wedding cake would be, what do you call it? How do you of all people not find TS
thrilling?
Did I goon to this? Unironically, yes.
Is joke. Or is.
Also, his ass stayed clueless about being poisoned, stayed with her for over a decade, had a bunch of kids, and eventually died in a fighting pit. The reason? Because simply his wife was bored and requested help to jerk off. Ironically, the guy who needed help jerking off ended up being the one to help her. Man, this guy really disappointed me. I genuinely thought he was gonna be a tragic character, kind of like his brother, but my opinion completely changed. You are pathetic. You're just as hateable as your bitch, if anything, even more hateable. You deserve this fate for being this uncanny level of down bad for her. Oh, and also, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Doja pegs you, clear as day. As a generational hater to her, even I can admit she is naturally the top. What's that? 9 out of 10 times? Then why didn't you say so?
Bombardiro crocodilo.
And to whoever's watching this, like, hit that bell, and subscribe so I can make a video on me reacting to all the Rule 34 I see in between these two.
To be continued, to be continued, oh, 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 oh.